go. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanna date us. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, 46, 46. Gun. Go, get out there. 26.
2nd down, Prescott. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Christian Jones. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Here we go, kill. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there for the Lions. 54 yards. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Jones from 21 yards away. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Well, partner, as the Cowboys come back out here, I want to ask you to assess the season. The first couple months of the year for Dallas starting to look like they'd be sitting at home in January. Then the Amari Cooper trade comes. They breeze through November unbeaten, part of a 5-game winning streak. But then, a real head-scratcher, Week 15, they get shut out in Indianapolis.
You just wonder if all the wins that got them there, those 5, which were all tough, physical, hard-hitting battles, if it took a little bit out of them before they went on the road and lost Indianapolis in Week 15. But if they get to the playoffs, which it looks like they're going to, are they a threat to New Orleans? Are they a threat to Los Angeles? Are they a threat to Chicago? To me, they are only if it's a low-scoring, physical affair. That's when Dallas plays at its best, and that's what they'll have to do to reduce some of those high-flying teams like New Orleans and Los Angeles.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tavon Austin, 34 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. For the Detroit Lions, really not the turnaround that many had hoped for in Matt Patricia's first season. Charles, you think back to the last 2 years of Jim Caldwell's tenure, they went 9-7, and it's going to be a losing season in 2018.
Yeah, and during Jim Caldwell's time, they went to the playoffs a couple of times as well. So you're exactly right. This is a turnaround that people did not expect to see, and the lineup has actually been beefed up a little bit. Frank Ragnow at offensive line, and then you look back at Kerryon Johnson at running back, and I believe they found a keeper in Kerryon Johnson. This is a team that should be better in 2019, but this was definitely a disappointment in 2018.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. They'll fake it. Now Stafford over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. David Irving coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, to forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Stafford now to throw. Being chased out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Good. Here we go, 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On first down, Stafford here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, it's Stafford. Flush to his right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Lions are in for 6. And he's got it up and through. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here we go. 41 for Will. 26.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side taken in by Gallup. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Christian Jones in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Switch and 8. Here we go, 47. Woo. 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. On the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. 47. 46.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. He hits Riddick underneath. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Back to throw, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Flushed out right. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Good. 46. 26.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Patriots kept winning, and the Saints, and now, heck, maybe even the Texans or the Bears could claim that moniker.
Yeah, it's going to make for a wild month of January. And you just wonder right now, are we missing a team or two that's just a little bit outside the playoff hunt? Could they get hot and be those teams you don't want to play and carry that momentum all the way to the Super Bowl?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's fielded at the 45. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7, though, on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions add on to their lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be taken very short. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Stafford on 1st down. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and see.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Throwing on 1st down. Stafford. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Theo Riddick, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Prescott now on 2nd down. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here we go. 46. Good. Switch. It's 8. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Here we go. 46. 26.
Third and short yardage. Prescott forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Get out there.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. I do want to take this time to mention that the next few months, very big in the competitive Madden Championship Series. A few weeks ago, we saw Skimbo go back-to-back.
That's right, back-to-back, second straight year.
You're fired up. And then next up, the Madden Challenge, and it's a $190,000 prize pool, and the ladder's... And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead will swell by one more. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. There's Elliott, and he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time as... They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Prescott yet again. Escaping the pressure right. And the Cowboys are in the end end zone for the touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part, because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Again, it's Elliott. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Jones, an 11-yard touchdown. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right?
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 65 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And Detroit getting set to go now. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, And then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
There we go. 36.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Swing to the field, right. To the right. Right 40. Here we go, let's bring it.
On third down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he's going backwards. And this is incomplete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Throwing here, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one that finally runs him down, and that is a big, big loss. 18 yards. To throw on second down to Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
22.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just try to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Christian Jones bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Play fake. Here's Prescott. His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Now Prescott, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Devon Kennard in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Stafford going to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Back to throw. Stafford. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.